Our next story is from Turkey. The Turkish president, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, is at it again. He's back to attacking democratic freedoms. How? By imprisoning his political rivals. His victims today are Kurdish politicians. The Kurdish people are an ethnic minority in Turkey. They mostly vote for politicians from their own community, and the Kurdish politicians have always challenged Erdogan. Now, 24 of them have been imprisoned, with sentences ranging between 9 and 42 years. You heard that right, 42 years of jail. Who received this jail term? A former presidential candidate who dared to defy Erdogan, even challenging him from inside prison.
My abilities here are very limited. I am being held in a maximum security prison, but I know that you are carrying out the electoral campaign for me with faith and enthusiasm.
His name is Selahattin Demirtas. He contested against Erdogan twice, in 2014 and 2018. The 2018 challenge was from behind bars. He was in jail then, and after today's verdict, he may stay in prison for a long time. Now, Demirtas was the leader of a pro-Kurdish political party, the People's Democratic Party, or the HDP. This party performed well under his leadership. They did so well that they managed to weaken Erdogan's grip on parliament. That was in 2015. So Erdogan decided to get Demirtas and others out of the way. The Kurdish leader and his deputy were arrested in November 2016, and he's been in prison ever since, awaiting trial for murder, terrorism, and I'm quoting, trying to destroy the unity of Turkey. Those are the charges against him. Erdogan's officials say Demirtas incited violent protests in 2014. Protests that left at least 37 people dead. So let's tell you what happened. Back in 2014, the terror group ISIS was on the rise. It was making gains in Iraq and Syria. Both countries are also home to Kurdish people. They were at the forefront of ISIS attacks. Things came to a head when ISIS reached the town of Kobani. This town is in Syria, but right at the border with Turkey. Now, the Kurdish people in Turkey wanted to help their fellow Kurds in Kobani, so they made an appeal to Erdogan's government. They wanted Turkey to send aid to fight ISIS. But Ankara wouldn't budge. That's when the Kurdish people took to the streets. Politicians like Demirtas encouraged this. They wanted to put pressure on the government. But this is Erdogan. The protests ended in clashes with the police and 37 people dead. Demirtas is being blamed for the 2014 riots. That is why he has been in detention. And the verdict came out today, almost 8 years after his arrest. It sentences him to 42 years in prison.
Kurds, revolutionaries, as well as their Kurdish and revolutionary politics have been punished today. We do not recognize this sentencing. We do not accept these decisions.
There is nothing left in Turkey to call judiciary process anymore. This decision taken by the court in Turkey today is a decision that will make people pray to the courts of the military junta. This decision is another legal and political coup that has occurred today.
Those two are present-day Kurdish leaders. They plan to challenge the verdict. They're calling it a political coup. They say Erdogan is punishing rivals like Demirtas. Human Rights Watch agrees with this. The rights group says these are bogus charges. They say it was a politically motivated trial. Demirtas was sentenced to 42 years in prison. His deputy received 30. Another Kurdish politician, a sitting mayor, was given 10 years. The man, Ahmet Turk, is 81 years old. It seems Erdogan is not taking any chances. Perhaps he thinks the crackdown will help him politically, or maybe he seeks to break the spirit of Kurdish resistance. But look at these scenes. From both outside and inside the court, people are dancing and chanting resistance slogans. They show no signs of bowing down. Erdogan may have miscalculated because it looks like the spirit of Kurdish resistance remains unbroken.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global south. Join me every weekday live on Firstpost.